Envy. I see it in you sometimes. Maybe you feel it right now, shimmering just beneath your skin like trapped starlight. That quiet ache when you see what someone else has, does, or is. We're taught it's ugly, right? One of the deadly sins. A green-eyed monster to be slain, repressed, ashamed of. A curse whispered in the dark corners of our minds. But what if that story is wrong, or at least incomplete? What if envy isn't just a flaw? What if it's a companion, an old one, ancient, really, older than your bloodline, older than the names we give things? What if it lives in you not because you're broken, but because you're alive, because something so deeply, fundamentally alive cannot help but notice the world outside itself, cannot help but notice what it does not currently hold? Think about it. Life itself is a force that reaches, expands, desires. A plant instinctively reaches for sunlight it doesn't yet possess. A creature seeks food it hasn't yet caught. This fundamental noticing of other, of more, of different, isn't that the very engine of existence? Envy, perhaps, is the human echo of this primal universal drive. It's born from awareness. You have to see something, recognize its value, and perceive its absence in your own life to feel that particular pang. A rock doesn't envy the bird its flight, because the rock has no concept of flying, but you do. You can imagine possibilities beyond your current state. Envy, in this light, is a byproduct of consciousness, of imagination. So that feeling, that subtle pull towards someone else's life, their success, their relationship, their ease, maybe it's not just a petty grievance. Maybe it's a signal. Maybe it's that ancient companion trying to get your attention, trying to show you something important about yourself. But what is it trying to show you? Do you feel it sometimes? Like a quiet hand resting gently on your shoulder, subtly guiding your gaze towards the things just out of reach. The promotion your colleague got, the effortless creativity of an artist you admire, the deep connection you observe between two friends. It points. It directs your attention. And here's the crucial part, the part we often miss because we're too busy feeling ashamed. This companion, this ancient force, it doesn't hate you, little one. It's not trying to make you feel small or inadequate. Its intention isn't malicious. It operates on a different logic entirely. It simply wants you to see, to notice, to want. It wants you to stretch your imagination, to envision yourself as potentially more than what you currently are. It holds up a mirror reflecting not just your lack, but the vast landscape of human possibility that you too inhabit. Isn't that strange? We experience envy as a feeling of lack, of being diminished by comparison. But what if its deeper function is the opposite? What if envy doesn't actually diminish you, but expands you? It forces you, however uncomfortably, to look beyond the boundaries of your current self. It shows you the other shapes you could take, the skills you could learn, the courage you could cultivate, the connections you could forge, the lives you could potentially slip into. It's like wandering through a dream closet, trying on strange, shimmering costumes of possible selves. Each pang of envy is a glimpse of another outfit, another way to be. Without that capacity to see and desire what is other, wouldn't our sense of self become static, limited only to what we already know and possess? Envy, in this sense, acts as a scout, venturing out into the territory of the possible and bringing back reports. Look, this exists. This feeling, this achievement, this way of living, it's possible in the world. It broadens your internal map. But here's its trick, its peculiar magic. Envy whispers. It doesn't shout. It's often a background hum, a subtle dissatisfaction, easily mistaken for general unhappiness or self-criticism. It rarely announces itself clearly. Hello, I am envy, and I want you to notice that specific quality. It's indirect, subtle, and crucially it feeds on longing, not possession. Think about that. Envy isn't satisfied when you get the thing you envied. Often the feeling just shifts to a new target or evaporates, leaving you wondering why you wanted it so badly. Envy doesn't actually care if you have what you want. It only cares that you want. Its fuel is the desire itself, the reaching, the imagining. The moment of possession often extinguishes the particular flame of envy that sparked the desire. The wanting is the energy. The wanting is the sign of life, the proof that your imagination is still working, that your spirit is still seeking, exploring, yearning for more. And isn't that comforting, in a strange way, to know there is a part of you, this ancient companion, that will always be reaching, always looking beyond, always dreaming, to know that as long as you feel that ache, that pull, it means you're still alive with the thrum of possibility. It's proof that your inner world hasn't closed down. The absence of envy wouldn't necessarily mean contentment. It could mean apathy. It could mean a lack of imagination, a failure to see or value anything beyond your immediate grasp. Maybe the capacity to envy is intrinsically linked to the capacity to hope, to aspire, to envision a different future. The real danger isn't feeling envy. It's what we do with it. Do we let it curdle into resentment, bitterness, and actions that harm ourselves or others? Or do we recognize it as a signal, a signpost pointing towards something we value, something we might aspire to cultivate within ourselves in our own unique way? So don't turn from it. Don't reflexively push it away or bury it under layers of shame. Let it sit with you for a moment. Observe it. Where is it pointing your gaze? What quality, what experience, what possession is catching its attention? What does that tell you about your own unmet desires, your own dormant potentials? Let it hum in your ribs, like the faint echo of some faraway, beautiful song you long to hear more clearly. What is that song? What melody is your soul straining towards? Envy, listen to carefully, isn't just noise, it's information. It's a coded message from the deeper parts of yourself about what truly matters to you. Because here's the deepest truth about this strange companion. It's not your enemy. It's not an alien invader trying to poison your peace. It is, in a profound way, the shadow cast by your own light. You can only envy what resonates with a potential already inside you. Think about it. You don't envy things you have absolutely no connection to or capacity for. The envy arises precisely because the thing you see in another reflects a possibility, a value, a desire that already exists within you, even if it's latent or undeveloped. The light of your own potential has to be there first to cast the shadow of envy. The brighter your inner light, your ambition, your capacity for love, your creativity, your desire for connection, the more potential shadows it can cast. Envy isn't a sign of emptiness, but paradoxically, a sign of inner richness, of holding potentials that long for expression. And oh, what a strange, complicated, beautiful thing it is to cast shadows at all. It means you are substantial. It means you have depth. It means you are interacting with the world, reflecting light, holding potential. A being that casts no shadows is flat, invisible, unreal. So the next time that familiar pang arises, try not to flinch. Breathe. Acknowledge the ancient companion. Listen to its whisper. What potential self is it showing you? What desire is it reflecting? What part of your own light is casting this particular shadow? Use it not as a whip for self-flagellation, but as a compass. Let it guide your attention towards what you value, what you aspire to. Let it fuel your motivation, not to tear others down or mimic them slavishly, but to build your own version of that valued thing in your own unique way. Envy, not a curse, but a complex companion. Not a sign of lack, but a reflection of potential. The shadow cast by your own inner light. Recognize it, understand it, maybe even appreciate it.